Now to a man from Santa Cruz who was on the mountain and says he and a friend were right behind the person who triggered the avalanche. Joining us live now is Marcus Franklin. Marcus, thank you so much for joining us. Can you first tell us what you saw and what you experienced this morning?
Yeah, so we were one of the first people up on KT when they opened it this morning. And we didn't actually see the avalanche occur, but as we were riding down under the chairlift, some people on the lift started yelling at us that there was an avalanche. Um, so then we slowed down, proceeded with caution, and as we rode down through the avalanche debris field, we came across a man who had lost his wife in the avalanche. There was a couple other people there at that time, but we were one of the first few to arrive to him, and he was frantically looking for his wife. So I unstrapped my snowboard and asked where he had last seen her. He pointed to an area, but then somebody else said that when they were on the lift and they had come down by this point, they said they saw her get swept quite far below that point. I identified another person several hundred feet below that wasn't fully buried. And so at that point, like I didn't have any of my backcountry gear with me. It was just kind of an unassuming day at the resort. And so I harvested or went and gathered some bamboo poles that were used for marking hazards. Ski Patrol places them around to help people navigate. They're about 10 feet tall. So I grabbed as many of those as I could and handed them out to people so we could try to strike the ground, combing the avalanche field to get a positive strike when you make contact with somebody's body when they're fully buried.
Wow. Marcus, I'm sure a lot of people are happy that you were there and doing all that. Now, you did say it was an unassuming day. Did you have any concerns initially this morning due to any weather conditions?
No, no, none at all. It was like really far from my mind that anything like this would happen on a day like today. Um, yeah, very surprised.
And Marcus, can you describe the area of the mountain where this happened? Is it familiar to most skiers who visit Palisades? We know it's maybe more for
Yeah.
expert skiers. Can you describe
hmm
it to us?
Yeah, so I mean KT is legendary. And it's for expert skiers. And this was like off piste or like off the groomed run in the GS Bowl. Yeah, it was it yeah, like I said, it was really a surprise that anything like that would happen on a day like today. They run that lift under a lot deeper snow days, worse visibility, like they're really good at their job and they're super on top of it. And I think everybody's going to be really surprised by what happened.
Yeah, very rare, as we've reported, for something like that to happen. And did you feel ever like your life was in danger today?
No, I feel really fortunate at my timing. That's something I've kind of been reflecting on today that I was able to show up after this event happened and not be wrapped up in it. So
Mm-hmm.
like Jason and I were the first two people to ride through after the avalanche was triggered. And so I was never fearful for my life. I just feel like I was very lucky with my timing and that I wasn't 1 or 2 minutes earlier and I would have been one of the people that they were looking for.
Scary to think about that.
Yeah.
I know that you mentioned that you did some work to kind of warn people and, some other initial things that you did. You were able to help as much as you can. Do you know how quickly emergency crews arrived or shut down that mountain after the avalanche happened?
Yeah, the ski patrol was super on it. They are incredibly good at their job. They were there within minutes of the incident happening and incredibly helpful in helping to locate the lost persons. Um, and yeah, then shortly after that, they were there with dogs to try to sniff out the missing people and snowmobiles. Yeah, I think it was really just a freak accident that caught everybody off guard. Like I said, the Palisades Ski Patrol are like the best in the world. Yeah, and I'm really sorry that this happened, and I'm really grateful that I was where I was when I was and not a moment earlier.
Yeah, and that you were there after the fact to help as well. Again, we have confirmed that one person died today, one person injured. Do you mind, before we let you go, just sharing your overall thoughts on that experience, knowing that you were right there?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was just really, like I've said, really surprising. I was super rattled by it. I've knowingly put myself in a lot more risky and high exposure situations, and never would have thought today would be the one that I get so close to a call like that. And I've never seen or been around, somebody that's been buried for a few minutes. Fortunately, one of the riders who was buried was experienced, and he covered his face as he was consumed by the avalanche. So he had a small air pocket to breathe in while he was buried for what I think was around 5 minutes. So yeah, just really humbling, surprising. Yeah, just counting my blessings today.
Yeah. Marcus, we appreciate your time. We're glad you're okay. And thank you for sharing your story and your courage today.
Thank you.